writing is hard.
I watched a film called Lenny, which is about Lenny Bruce, and I was very inspired by his story. And I wanted to tackle something a little different. He's a comedian, and he's basically expressing his pain for the amusement of others.
Why are you clapping at that? Or fuck it, maybe your life's a joke too. Maybe it's all a joke. Everyone is just part of one big punchline. Right?
This was more like a dramedy, so it was me jumping into a place of balance where I had to just figure out these two tones.
You know how they do the lip thing? They pout it out and just, oh, don't worry, Ivan, I'll die before you. Okay, so don't do it, just do it, please, so I can get some work done. And then she died, of course.
I was also still grieving the death of my great-grandmother, and the film itself also deals with a guy who's grieving while he's in the middle of a comedy set. So I thought that was a good way to channel that energy.
Dude, you do that too?
Yeah.
Everybody does that. Where have you been?
Do you also twist it so it's in a spiral?
Yeah, it's the barber pole.
Oh my god, why haven't we talked about this before?
Because the American media feeds you only what they want you to hear. I mean, if you want to get any kind of reliable information, you have to start reading non-US publications. That's why I have a subscription to The Guardian.
Dinner party was shot by me, and I used my Canon, a tripod, the kitchen lighting that they had, and a shotgun mic. I shot without a shot list, which was kind of how I shot everything in my early phases. I still do so now, but because I'm an editor now and I understand it a little differently, I ended up paying for dearly, I think, in the final product. Definitely a fun film, but sound was one of the biggest challenges.
I have an announcement.
It's also the first time I shot nudity, and it was also spur of the moment. We didn't really come in and talk about it beforehand. The other Sean was very just down to do it, and I was like, cool, guess we're gonna have an ass shot.
It's 2014.
The piece was meant to be a commentary on social commentary and how we were noticing a shift in media at the time, and how, instead of things just focusing solely on the entertainment factor, a lot of agendas were being plugged into media. And don't get me wrong, you should be woke. There's a lot of things that you should know about. But I truly believe that art is its own thing, and certain pieces can be informative or they can comment on something. But for the most part, a good story reflects your life back in a way that's not so on the nose. And I miss that type of storytelling.
I know, I'm sorry. That came out of left field. I know, it's okay, all right? It's okay. It's okay, it happens. How about this, all right? How about this? Megan Fox is gonna die. Does that make you feel better? Does that lift your spirits? Megan Fox is gonna die.
I will say that taking risks for the sake of risk is not the best move. Just getting a project together is a risk overall. So you should lean into taking more risks, because chances are you might be on the greatness. As a storyteller, I don't think there is any genre I wouldn't tackle. It just has to make sense. I love all genres. It's really hard to say that there is one favorite, because I think when done right, every genre can blow your mind. At the end of the day, I have my own unique perspective, and I try to stick to what I know, not what I think is trendy or what somebody might relate to. Because I've also made things on a whim that I was very surprised people related to. So again, this all goes back to what I said way earlier about overthinking. Just don't do it. It's the death of you. But also don't try to make things fit where they don't. Because you might write a completely epic title that has nothing to do with the movie you wrote, You might write a completely epic character that really has no place in that film you wrote. I've done it. I've had a character that I think she lived in 3 different films before she found her home. So yeah, really just don't overthink it. Understand your world and all those things will come to you.
That's all I do. That's all I do. Take it